I'm David Maurice, a fee-only certified financial planner with Worthwhile Wealth Counsel.
And I'm Andrew Worley, Associate Advisor at Worthwhile Wealth Counsel.
And we're here with late-breaking good news, some vital signs of the U.S. economy, things that you might not hear so much about in the normal news, which tends to be kind of, dampened. So we want to begin with, as a reminder, that the U.S. stock market itself, if you look at the S&P 500 as a measure, this is a component of leading economic indicators. Where's the economy going to be in the future, 6, 18, 24 months out?
Sure, and that's just one of the indicators. Another one we look at is business optimism. So for August, the business optimism for small businesses went over 100 from the July number of 99.7.
So small businesses are looking excited about the future. Another one of those is the consumer sentiment. University of Michigan is a very popular index. And consumers, which make up 2/3 of the economy, has also ticked up just a little bit between August and September.
So when we look at business optimism and consumer optimism, those are good indicators, but also how much people are paying for the goods and services. The way we measure that is the consumer price index. For August, this number came in at 5.3, which was 0.1% better than expected.
Better than expected being
that we were anticipating more inflation, but it actually came in a little bit lower, which is not necessarily a bad thing.
Right. Well, that's great. So the inflation didn't go up as much as we were thinking, and we are hearing an awful lot about inflation. Another one of those indicators, we call it capacity utilization, but just think of it as the economy being an engine, and capacity utilization is the throttle. So we're about 3/4 up. That ticked up just a little bit from the last measure, went from 76.2 to 76.4. It's not a whole big change, but the idea is if it had gone less, then we would be validating that it feels like the economy is slowing down. In fact, it's not. It is actually picking up a little bit.
Another bit of good news is mortgage applications. Now, looking at the applications, this could be for new home purchases. This could be for existing home purchases or refinance.
Okay.
Now, the number expected for August was due to all the shortages in supplies,
right.
Labor issues, that we expected this number to decline. But a surprise, it went up by 0.3%. And it was led by new purchase applications that were up over 8%.
So people buying new homes or buying another home as opposed to the refinancing.
Exactly.
And it was up 8%. Well, that is good news. Another thing along with that, we've also been expecting that interest rates for mortgages in particular might dampen the market. We've had this news that the market is probably going to slow down, but in reality, we've got over 50% of the experts from Bankrate say that interest rates are going to go down for mortgages.
Wow.
Another 42% say, well, maybe not down, but steady. So again, we've been expecting that to kind of pick up a little bit and slow down the economy some, and that's just not happening. Looking at the S&P 500 this year, if you just look back over the last three quarters, there really hasn't been any setback. There has been no serious decline. Instead, every time the market dips a little bit, it acts like a springboard, and back up it goes to bigger highs.
Sure, and even with the news from last week with better expected inflation report and also decent retail sales, you would have thought that there would have been a rally last week, but there wasn't.
Well, we really don't see, you're right, Andrew, any kind of fundamental changes in the economy or the market that would portend of any kind of slowdown in the market moving forward, especially if you think of it in the context of leaning forward into what's going to be out there over the next 6 to 18 months. That's good news as well, just in and of itself.
Yeah, so summing up, all these points feed into what we call the leading economic indicators. And looking forward for September, this is expected in the U.S. to increase by 0.6%, which was on the heels of July's numbers of a 0.5% increase and 0.5% in August and a 0.9% in July.
Yep, so that pattern is still up. And again, that's not just a static thing, it's looking forward. We keep saying the future is going to be looking better than it is today in the economy. That's good news. We'll come back and do a business report on third quarter's revenues that'll be coming in. And that's our wrap up for Breaking Good News. I'm David Maurice, a fee-only certified financial planner with Worthwhile Wealth Counsel.
And I'm Andrew Worley, Associate Advisor at Worthwhile Wealth Counsel.
See you again soon.